Well, James, Deborah, thank you as we stand by to listen to King Charles III for the first time addressing the public since the Queen's death. Let's listen.
I speak to you today with feelings of profound sorrow. Throughout her life, Her Majesty the Queen, my beloved mother, was an inspiration, an example to me and to all my family. And we owe her the most heartfelt debt any family could owe to their mother, for her love, affection, guidance, understanding, and example. Queen Elizabeth was a life well lived, a promise with destiny kept, and she is mourned most deeply in her passing. That promise of lifelong service I renew to you all today. Alongside the personal grief that all my family are feeling, we also share with so many of you in the United Kingdom, in all the countries where the Queen was head of state, in the Commonwealth and across the world, a deep sense of gratitude for the more than 70 years in which my mother, as Queen, served the people of so many nations. In 1947, on her 21st birthday, she pledged in a broadcast from Cape Town to the Commonwealth to devote her life, whether it be short or long, to the service of her peoples. That was more than a promise. It was a profound personal commitment which defined her whole life. She made sacrifices for duty. Her dedication and devotion as sovereign never wavered through times of change and progress, through times of joy and celebration, and through times of sadness and loss. In her life of service, we saw that abiding love of tradition, together with that fearless embrace of progress, which makes us great as nations. The affection, admiration, and respect she inspired became the hallmark of her reign. And as every member of my family can testify, she combined these qualities with warmth, humor, and an unerring ability always to see the best in people. I pay tribute to my mother's memory, and I honor her life of service. I know that her death brings great sadness to so many of you, and I share that sense of loss beyond measure with you all. When the Queen came to the throne, Britain and the world were still coping with the privations and aftermath of the Second World War, and still living by the conventions of earlier times. In the course of the last 70 years, we have seen our society become one of many cultures and many faiths. The institutions of the state have changed in turn. But through all changes and challenges, our nation and the wider family of realms, of whose talents, traditions, and achievements I am so inexpressibly proud, have prospered and flourished. Our values have remained and must remain constant. The role and the duties of monarchy also remain, as does the sovereign's particular relationship and responsibility towards the Church of England, the church in which my own faith is so deeply rooted. In that faith and the values it inspires, I have been brought up to cherish a sense of duty to others and to hold in the greatest respect the precious traditions, freedoms, and responsibilities of our unique history and our system of parliamentary government. As the Queen herself did with such unswerving devotion, I too now solemnly pledge myself, throughout the remaining time God grants me, to uphold the constitutional principles at the heart of our nation. And wherever you may live in the United Kingdom, or in the realms and territories across the world, and whatever may be your background or beliefs, I shall endeavor to serve you with loyalty, respect, and love, as I have throughout my life. My life will, of course, change as I take up my new responsibilities. It will no longer be possible for me to give so much of my time and energies to the charities and issues for which I care so deeply. But I know this important work will go on in the trusted hands of others. This is also a time of change for my family. I count on the loving help of my darling wife, Camilla. In recognition of her own loyal public service since our marriage 17 years ago, she becomes my Queen Consort. I know she will bring to the demands of her new role the steadfast devotion to duty on which I have come to rely so much. As my heir, William now assumes the Scottish titles which have meant so much to me. He succeeds me as Duke of Cornwall and takes on the responsibilities for the Duchy of Cornwall, which I have undertaken for more than 5 decades. Today, I am proud to create him Prince of Wales, Tywysog Cymru, the country whose title I've been so greatly privileged to bear during so much of my life and duty. With Catherine beside him, our new Prince and Princess of Wales will, I know, continue to inspire and lead our national conversations, helping to bring the marginal to the centre ground, where vital help can be given. I want also to express my love for Harry and Meghan as they continue to build their lives overseas. In a little over a week's time, we will come together as a nation, as a Commonwealth, and indeed a global community, to lay my beloved mother to rest. In our sorrow, let us remember and draw strength from the light of her example. On behalf of all my family, I can only offer the most sincere and heartfelt thanks for your condolences and support. They mean more to me than I can ever possibly express. And to my darling Mama, as you begin your last great journey to join my dear late Papa, I want simply to say this: thank you. Thank you for your love and devotion to our family and to the family of nations you have served so diligently all these years. May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
And there you have it, King Charles III in his first address to the Commonwealth, the British people, and people all over the world mourning the loss of Queen Elizabeth II. A deeply moving and personal address in his first speech to the Commonwealth. Of course, talking about the Queen, and at the very end there, he said, "To my Mama, thank you. Thank you for your love, your devotion, her 70 years of service to the Commonwealth."
And that was an ABC special report we're hearing for the first time from now King Charles III after the passing of the late Queen Elizabeth II. All right, and we begin our newscast. San Antonio police are looking for 4 people involved in a man's death last night.
Police say that man was shot and killed at an apartment near Highway 90, just inside Loop 410. Camelia Juarez brings us the latest.
Just after midnight, police say a man was visiting his friend at an apartment right near the Lackland Air Force Base. Police say then there was a knock on the door and 4 men forced their way inside with a gun.
SAPD says inside there was a struggle. The victim tried to push the gun away, but ultimately he was shot multiple times in the chest and once in the leg.
Police say he died on the way to University Hospital. One neighbor, Raul Gonzalez, says he heard the gunshots. He says the neighborhood has a history of violence.
I've been here since 2015. You hear shootings behind apartments, behind, everywhere, all the time, every day.
And we're still waiting to learn the victim's identity. As for the 4 suspects involved, police continue to search for them. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
And we have new details in a Northeast Side crash investigation this noon. Police say a driver involved has died.
Police say that driver collided with an 18-wheeler early this morning, and it happened just after 2 at an intersection near North Weiner and I-35. SAPD says a man driving a small white car crashed into an 18-wheeler and ended up driving under that trailer. The driver of the car was taken to the hospital where he later died. No one else was hurt. And this noon, the search is on for a driver who hit an elderly woman on the west side and then kept going. Police tell us early this morning that woman was trying to cross the street near South General McClellan and Highway 90, and that's when officers say a driver hit her but didn't stop to help. The woman was taken to the hospital, and at last check, her condition is fair.
Once again, police have arrested 2 more suspects accused of carjacking a 15-year-old in a Walmart parking lot. Police say 18-year-old Chase Sheeran and 19-year-old Caden Sheeran were both apprehended by Port Neches police last night. Kendrick Hardwell Jr., a 17-year-old from Port Arthur, was arrested on Wednesday. Police say 17-year-old Jaquez Turner is still on the run. The suspects were charged with aggravated robbery. Now, police say the incident happened Monday night outside of a store in the 500 block of South State Highway 123 bypass. Officers tell us the suspects assaulted a 15-year-old boy and took off in his vehicle. Now, he was taken to the hospital for his injuries. Anyone with information on the last suspect's whereabouts is asked to contact SAPD at 830-379-2123. And the San Antonio Fire Department is trying to figure out what caused a fire inside an abandoned home on the city's west side. Firefighters were called out just after 4 a.m. to the 1000 block of North Zarzamora and Delgado Street. This is not far from Culebra Road. They say the fire started in the back end of the house and were initially met with some challenges. The front door and the windows were all boarded up. They were able to get inside and quickly put out the flames, but the home was considered a total loss. Firefighters say a few vehicles in a car lot next to the house were damaged as a result of the fire, but no injuries were reported.
It's another step forward in accomplishing their mission. The San Antonio Northwest Vet Center has expanded. The center that provides counseling services to hundreds of veterans, active duty service members, and their families hopes with this new addition to reach more people. Tiffany Huertas explains how this will impact the services they provide.
We have music therapy. We're going to be opening up a yoga group, things like that, which we wouldn't have had the opportunity to do without the space.
Ashley Mcclellan is a marriage and family therapist at the San Antonio Northwest Vet Center and is filled with joy about the new expansion.
It's really great to have extra space here, to have more than one group room so that we can offer more activities.
The center provides different counseling services to veterans, service members, and their families.
We also have many different recreation activities that we provide here. We have an arts and crafts group. We've got some walking groups. We've got a guitar group where one of our therapists teaches veterans how to play guitars.
Erin Lowe, the Vet Center director, says they added more office space and a waiting area.
We also have another group room, whereas before the room that we're standing in had to be shared amongst a team of 4 or 5.
The Vet Center serves thousands of people in San Antonio and in different surrounding areas during emergency situations. Recently, they went to Uvalde to help the community there.
Well, it was a little overwhelming, but In situations like that, we do have a mobile unit that can go and provide services to the community in those tragic times.
This team is looking forward to continue serving the community in these new spaces. Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Bells have tolled around Britain and mourners are gathering to honor Queen Elizabeth II. The United Kingdom is now launching an extraordinary period of mourning as the country adjusts to the loss of their longest-serving monarch and prepare for a new age under a new king. King Charles III is meeting with the Prime Minister today after his first speech as king was delivered, as you heard moments ago. He's expected to be formally proclaimed king on Saturday. No date has been set for the official coronation.
In big game coverage, the Reagan Rattlers pick up their first win of the season. Larry has the action later in sports. And taking a look outside with live cam, it's 88 degrees. There's a couple of clouds out there, but I'm not sure if we're going to be expecting any rain anytime soon.
Right? It's a small chance. Bet on it probably not raining today. But yes, we do have about a 10% potential for a couple of showers out there later this afternoon and evening, but that's about it. All right, to the aquifer today, actually up a 1/10 of a foot at about 636.3. And in fact, with the pollen count as well, we've got a couple of different high or moderate pollens, I should say. Ragweed on the low side, as well as pigweed and grass. We do have some weekend forecast things to talk about. We will do that in just a few.
Welcome back. The time is 12:21 and it's 88 degrees outside. Alicia, a couple days ago we had some rain. I really enjoyed it. Fingers crossed for some more later today.
I mean, I just kind of want to know. It's been a few weeks since I've washed my car. I'm like, is it going to happen? Should I?
Fair
the sprinkles
enough.
are just not.
Fair enough. The car wash forecast looking pretty good because we don't have any really significant rain chances in the works over the next couple of days. But yes, Wednesday's rain was nice. It wasn't for everybody, but we actually have been able to put a little bit of a dent in some of those drought conditions, which we'll talk about in just a little bit as well. But first, this afternoon, again, only about a 10% chance for a couple of showers out there, very isolated throughout the second half of the day today. Really what's going to affect everybody is just going to be the warmth. Again, temperatures this afternoon climbing into the low to mid 90s. We've got a forecast high around 94, 95 here in San Antonio, 90 up in Fair Oaks Ranch as well as Canyon Lake, 92 out in New Braunfels this afternoon, 91 in Somerset and 92 in Divine. Right now, those temperatures already starting to climb. We have seen a few more clouds though work their way in here this lunchtime hour. Still plenty of peaks of blue skies and sunshine. 86 is where we sit over at the airport. Dew point of 68 though. That's how we measure the moisture in the atmosphere. So when you factor in some of that humidity, it feels closer to 90 degrees here in San Antonio. 83 up in Canyon Lake is the temperature this hour. 88 down at Stinson, 90 in Castroville, and 88 out in Hondo in Medina County. Again, we will monitor the radar here, especially by about 3 to 4 o'clock to potentially find a couple of very isolated splashes of rain. Kind of like yesterday, the vast majority of us do look to sit on the drier side. We actually were able to find a few spotty showers in our far southwestern counties very early this morning. That activity has dissipated. There are a few spots of rain south of Victoria into the east of Beeville, but notice for most, we are pretty dry out there, starting to see more of that patchy cloud cover build in though. So we will continue to monitor things over the next couple of hours. Again, by about 3 to 4 o'clock, maybe a few very isolated showers. A stray rumble certainly not off the table, but notice more of us than not do look to miss out this round. Just something we'll continue to monitor, maybe lingering into the early evening before whatever is left out there looks to fizzle out. So the reason being why we still have that isolated chance for rain in the forecast. There is a low pressure system in the upper levels of the atmosphere just to our east, closer to the Louisiana region. And since we are on the west side of that system, sometimes we see little pockets of energy. Little disturbances in the upper levels swing around the back side of these systems. So with just a little bit of that moisture in place at the lower levels, maybe if we do find a little bit of that energy move through, we'll keep that isolated chance in the works for your Saturday. Don't bet on it being really anything of substance. We will just continue to monitor for a few showers before we dry things out into next week. And that is thanks to high pressure that is actually more or less going to be controlling our weather pattern into the beginning of next week. Combine that with a weak boundary that could actually bring us some slightly drier air, and those feels like temperatures might be a little bit better, especially by Sunday and Monday. A few clouds certainly possible. Temperatures this weekend will start off in the upper 60s in the hill country, low 70s here in San Antonio, points southward, and then into the afternoon, those temperatures will climb into the mid 90s, more or less the same into next week. And again, less afternoon humidity, guys.
Mia, thank you so much.
We are looking forward to the days where you can announce a cold front, but that is just wishful thinking. Lots to unpack right now in the world of sports, but for that we have our subject matter expert. I have to call you that, Larry. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for being so kind to me. You guys are just too sweet, aren't you?
We try.
You know us, Larry.
Hey, so we're talking about Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. He was limited in practice yesterday, and it's all because of his cleats. Plus, back here in town, fans at Rutledge Stadium got a pretty neat aerial treat last night. Coming up. The Golden Knights, the U.S. Army's parachuting team, dropping in on Rutledge Stadium last night to present the colors. This is part of a new tradition in the Judson Independent School District to honor all of those who have served our country in big board sports. The Wagner Thunderbirds hosting the San Marcos Rattlers last night at Rutledge Stadium. First quarter, second play of the game. The pitch goes to T-Birds' Jawan Taylor. Now in the program, he's listed as an athlete, and you can see why as he breaks free down the sideline on a 40-yard touchdown run. Part of his 10-carry, 3-touchdown, 129-yard night. Wagner wins a high-scoring game, 42-41. Reagan Rattlers looking for their first one of the season, taking on the 11th-ranked Clark Cougars at Fair Stadium. Second quarter, Reagan down 3-0 when quarterback Caleb Capuccio finds Luke Sasser in the end zone for the 16-yard score, and it's now 7-3 Reagan. Later on, the Rattlers increased their lead. Running back Carson Green gets a 3-yard touchdown, 14-3 Reagan at the half, and Reagan wins 35-10. Over at Gustafson Stadium, the Warren Warriors in total control. Second quarter up 35-0 against Holmes when quarterback Antonio Mesa looks deep and finds Darian Holmes, who makes a great grab over the defender in stride, and he takes it in for the 68-yard score. Sweet toss and catch. That's a best catch nominee for sure. And Warren wins at 63-zip. The Randolph Rohawks cheerleaders had a lot to celebrate for us as they were up 17-0 in the third against YMLA at the SAISD Sports Complex. Randolph showing no signs of slowing down. Quarterback Colin Stuckey buys time with his feet, then fires to Gabe Gonzalez to get the Rohawks inside the 20. A few plays later, it's quarterback sneak for Stuckey, and they take a 24-0 lead, and the Rohawks roll 45-0. District 14 5A Division II matchup at the Rock Pile. Jefferson facing Sam Houston. Mustangs ball, handoff goes to Adrian Garces, and he muscles his way in for the 1-yard touchdown, 7-0 Jeff, but the Hurricanes answer right back. Next drive, Albert Goodlow finds Tristan White for the 11-yard touchdown. We're tied at 7, so let's head to the big game coverage scoreboard for that final. And Sam Houston wins it 40-21. And in one more score, Bernie beat Antonian 45-34.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
All right, so the Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback Dak Prescott had to leave practice early yesterday. That's after he tweaked a surgically repaired ankle while he was trying out some new cleats. But Dak says there's nothing to worry about.
I didn't necessarily. I was limited today, but as I said, it is my ankle, but it is just being very, very precautious. Switch shoes today probably wasn't the best idea, so there we go. So we're good to go, promise that.
Same ankle.
Same ankle. What do you need me to do? You need me?
How frustrating was it?
You
Just switch shoes. You're saying was it a little tight or?
I think it was a shoe deal, yeah. And so, boom, limited, good to go. I promise you, I'm great. So.
Is that the bionic ankle?
Exactly. It's the bionic ankle, so we're fine.
bionic ankle activated. The boys will host the Bucs Sunday night at 7:20.
I love that he's like, what do you want to see?
Yeah,
Like full
what
range
else?
motion? Actually, Dak, that would make us feel a lot better. So maybe.
Right. Cowboys fans, please, Dak.
I know.
Be
yeah.
okay.
Good to see him healthy. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
Now to the latest developments in the Justice Department's efforts to continue their criminal investigation into the documents seized during the FBI's raid of former President Trump's Florida home. The DOJ is seeking to end a pause imposed by a federal judge blocking their use of those documents. ABC's Elizabeth Scholes has more from Washington.
New developments in the legal fight over documents the FBI seized from former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. In filings Thursday, the Justice Department asked federal judge Aileen Cannon, who was appointed by Trump, to allow prosecutors to continue investigating classified seized documents, citing national security concerns. The DOJ writing, an ongoing delay in the investigation risks irreparable harm to our national security and intelligence interests. In their 21-page motion, prosecutors stating in regard to Trump's claim of executive privilege that he does not and could not assert that he owns or has any possessory interest in classified records. The Justice Department also signaled its intention to appeal Cannon's order appointing a special master, an independent third party to review the documents. Trump's own former Attorney General Bill Barr on Fox News had urged the DOJ to appeal.
I don't think the appointment of a special master is going to hold up, but even if it does, I don't see it fundamentally changing the trajectory.
FBI agents seized more than 11,000 documents from the former president's Florida home, with at least 100 marked as classified. Sources have told ABC News investigators remain concerned about the potential that classified records remain uncovered and could be held somewhere other than Mar-a-Lago. In a statement Thursday, the former president blasted the FBI and DOJ, referring to the raid as a hoax.
Judge Cannon gave Trump's legal team a Monday deadline to respond to the Justice Department's request to stay parts of her order and continue its investigation using the seized documents. Both sides are also facing a deadline of today to submit their candidates to be special master. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
An internal investigation into the leaked Supreme Court opinion on Roe v. Wade could be wrapping up soon, and that's according to the Wall Street Journal. Justice Neil Gorsuch says the committee overseeing the investigation has, quote, been busy, and we're looking forward to the report, I hope, soon. The comments from the justice are his first since federal abortion rights were overturned, and the first from any justice suggesting a report concerning the unprecedented leak is imminent. No word on whether that report will be made public.
And taking a live look with live cam, it's 88 degrees, and we mentioned the cloud coverage, but I'm wondering if that's really going to do anything to keep us cool.
Right. We will still be plenty warm out there this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low to mid 90s, but maybe we can put a little bit of that heat to work and help with the moisture to maybe find an isolated shower or two. Really, that's going to be the same story into our Saturday. We'll keep eyes on about a 10% chance to maybe find a stray spot of rain on the radar or not. Let's take you to those weather headlines out there. Into the weekend, it's still going to be plenty warm, more low to mid 90s, probably feeling more like the mid to upper 90s today and into tomorrow, but some drier air looks to move in by early next week. That could help that comfortable feel out there. But until then, temperatures currently in the 80s. It'll still be warm. We'll get you another look at that weekend forecast and what we're monitoring for next week in a bit, guys.
And in high school football tonight, Tejanos will play a rare Friday home game. Larry will explain what that's all about later in sports.
And a comedian known for his deadpan deliveries is putting on some flashy clothes in his latest role as a fashion model. But so far, the reviews of this performer are mixed. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Check out this cool guy. That's comedian and actor Jerry Seinfeld, and he's taken on a new role as a fashion model.
But as CNN's Jeannie Mose reports, the debate is raging, silly or sexy.
Jerry Seinfeld has never been known.
Kramer, how am I going to wear this? I can't wear this.
As a fashion plate.
Why don't you turn it inside out? Inside out, great.
But suddenly we're seeing a new side of Seinfeld, the model. And look at what he's modeling. Florals and paisley. Chic streetwear on a guy who's always claimed.
I hate clothes. I can't stand every day trying to come up with little outfits for myself.
Well, now a boutique streetwear company called Kith has picked out a few little outfits for him. And while some are turned off, whoever put Jerry Seinfeld on that campaign needs jail time. Others are doing a double take.
Never in my life did I ever think that Jerry Seinfeld was a sex symbol. Like, I see you with your leg up, Jerry.
And many are just confused.
And I have to ask you, Barrett, what's the deal?
Jerry Seinfeld wearing someone's Nona's couch was a common refrain. A couch like this one on the show. My Nan has those curtains, snarked someone else. Kith has done campaigns with other older actors like Steve Buscemi.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Seinfeld has definitely worn worse.
But I don't want to be a Lego.
At least the 68-year-old didn't model designer underwear like Kramer.
His buttocks are sublime.
But fans were ogling Seinfeld's sweatpants.
A sweatpants, Poppy! Wow!
Even if he did once berate George for wearing them.
You know the message you're sending out to the world with these sweatpants? You're telling the world, I give up.
And while the world's not giving up on Seinfeld, a lot of folks are biting their tongues.
Like, Mr. Seinfeld, why you biting your lip for?
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Hey, Catherine Mendoza's the real MVP there. Hilarious.
Seinfeld. What? I don't know about sweatpants, Poppy, but anyways.
Yeah, we were just talking about cold fronts, hopeful, Seinfeld there with that winter fall fashion.
There you go. I cannot wait for cold front season. We're almost there. Give it a couple more weeks into next month. It'll be great. But yes, we could sure use a cold front today. It's still going to be plenty warm. We're at 86 right now over at the airport. This afternoon, low to mid-90s, pretty close to the average for this time of year. More heat in store this weekend, though. We'll have all those details coming up soon.
Look, we just got to make it through this weekend. Mia is giving us good news that it's going to be drier next week, so we won't be glistening so much.
And that really
step out.
can make a bit of a difference. I know that there's that saying, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. It's still with us this weekend, but the good news is that maybe we could find some drier air to help with that as we head into next week. Let's take you outside, though. Currently sitting at 86 degrees here in San Antonio. Again, we've got a dew point in the upper 60s, which just means that we still do have some of that moisture to work with in the air. A calm wind on hand. Feels like temperature this lunchtime hour just shy of 90 degrees. And as we take a look at temperatures across the area, 88 up in Comfort for any of those lunchtime plans, as well as down at Port SA, 88 in Stinson, 89 in Pleasanton. It's 86 out in Uvalde County as well. Again, low to mid-90s in store this afternoon. Stepping out for any of those Friday evening plans, maybe an area football game. Again, only a 10% chance for an isolated shower to a stray rumble before the day is done. We will see those temperatures fall back through the 80s later this evening, sitting closer to about 82 by 10 p.m. And then as we head into the early morning hours of our Saturday, those temperatures falling into the 70s. So tomorrow morning, we'll start off similar to what we found out there earlier this morning. Upper 60s closer to the hill country, low 70s for the central and southern reaches of the area. Those temperatures rebounding into the low to mid 90s yet again, both Saturday and into Sunday. And really, that warmth is thanks to a high pressure system that is going to slowly be making its way farther eastward here over the next 48 hours. But as of today, it is still in control across the western tier of the lower 48 and still producing plenty of heat out across portions of of California. Heat advisories have been issued in orange, excessive heat warnings in pink. Notice, though, across the southern reaches of California, reaching over into western Arizona and southern Nevada as well, this green color actually a flood watch that has been issued. That all thanks to Tropical Storm K that continues to brush up against the western reaches of Baja California. That is still producing some rain and storms out across the desert and the mountains out that way as well. As we look in the Atlantic basin, again, overall, it's been a pretty quiet season so far, but we do still have some activity out there. Hurricane Earl, a Category 2 storm, now moving away from Bermuda, farther up to the north as well as the east. Good news is it is still expected to stay away from the eastern seaboard of the United States. And then as we take a look across the central and eastern Atlantic, a few waves that have a very low chance of development. So that is the good news there as of right now, but of course, something we will continue to monitor. Back here at home, most of us quiet. A few showers closer to the coast, again, south of Victoria here this lunchtime hour. Last Saturday was good in the rain department. We picked up just under an inch in San Antonio. 0.06 of an inch is what we found on Wednesday. That's not included in this week's drought monitor update because the data cutoff for these weekly updates is Tuesday morning, but this week's update does include the rain that we found last weekend, and you can see we have made some improvements, so that is the good news there. Hopefully we'll be able to keep chipping away at some of that, but at least for right now, rain chance is pretty low out there over the next 7 days.
All right, we'll be right back. Thanks, Mia.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
The 2022 NFL regular season kicked off last night with the Super Bowl champion Rams hosting the Buffalo Bills, and the Rams broke out their newest championship banner. Then things pretty much went downhill for them after that. The Bills jumped out to a 10-0 lead, but the Rams were able to tie it at halftime at 10. Now the Bills exploded after that for 21 unanswered points in the second half to win 31-10. Bills quarterback Josh Allen, who passed for 297 yards, 3 touchdowns and 2 picks, is pleased with the final 30 minutes of action.
No, but that second half, that's who we want to be, going out there and executing the way, we expect ourselves to execute. I thought Coach Dorsey, called a heck of a game. It's his first live, action. So I'm proud of him.
We weren't ready to go. I take a lot of, pride in that, and that's on me. I got to do better. There was a lot of decisions that I made that I felt like didn't put our players in good enough spots. This was a humbling experience, but we're going to stay connected. We're going to all look inward. We're going to do a better job moving forward, but you give credit to the Bills.
Rams receiver Cooper Kupp did his thing last night with 13 catches for 128 yards, both game highs, and 1 touchdown catch. He was targeted 15 times. Our big game coverage road trip tonight will start with the Junction Eagles playing at number 12 D'Hanis, where the Cowboys are playing a rare Friday night home game. Coach Langfield said due to a scheduling conflict, Junction agreed to play tonight instead. So we asked Coach to explain the Cowboys' Saturday home game tradition.
It was a tradition started a long time ago because of our neighbors. Everybody wanted to go to the neighboring games, like Hondo game. The Hondo game was a big draw for our fans because everybody supports both communities and it's 8 miles away. So what happened was it ended up being one of those things where we play on Saturday night and Hondo play on Friday night, so then everybody could make both games.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be weird. Normally we play our home games on Saturday. Just it's kind of a tradition around here, and we might have played a home game on Friday before, but it's been a while, so it's going to be pretty weird.
We're used to playing our home games on Saturdays and on the road on Friday, so it's kind of exciting though. It's a different feeling, but we're still going to go out there and play.
It's going to be different. We have probably, but it's been a while. I think it's going to be a good change. I like playing on Fridays. It's going to be a good game I'm ready for.
No, sir. It's going to be, we're going to come ready to take care of business, and we're going to walk out of here on Friday night with the win.
D'Hanis will host Junction tonight at 7. The MacArthur volleyball team has won 3 straight games since starting district play last week, and that includes Tuesday's sweep at Edison at home. MAC is one of 4 undefeated teams in District 27 5A, and they're feeling a lot of love on campus.
Support everywhere. Everybody is so excited. It's a lot different than last year. Everybody's more pumped for sports. Everybody's coming out. That's why our crowd was so big. So they're huge. We love it. Blue Crew's the best.
MacArthur will next travel to take on Jefferson tonight at 6:30, and that's it for sports.
Thank you, Larry. And now it's time to check in on
Mike and Fiona.
You know, our birthday on the show was yesterday, and isn't it so great when things just work out on your birthday week?
Yep, we're going to tell you how you can enter to win a raffle drawing to win $75,000 in free gas and food. Yes, you heard it right. And then after that,
look at this. You can laugh out loud there at the Comedy Club with Carlos Mencia.
I'm just here to find out how I can get $75,000.
he is in town, and we're going to tell you how you can see him. Love San Antonio, and you love Philly cheesesteak. Here, toss this on the
Can we? Yes. Don't say we don't take care of you. How about award-winning Philly cheesesteaks? Oh yes, Marco Polo Philly cheesesteaks is here.
And Maria Polo, and what makes them so special?
It's all in our flavors.
Okay, because
Jersey
they're Philly cheesesteaks, but they're done Jersey style,
They're done
right?
Jersey style, yes.
Okay, and we're going to run away to the circus, or at least Jen is.
Yes. That's right. Look at me. I've got the headgear and everything. Now, if you're looking for some family fun this weekend, only the Carden International Circus Spectacular is in town, and we are getting a sneak peek. Don't worry, I'm going to keep my day job, but I might have some fun while I'm here. Back to you guys.
How do you like your Philly cheesesteak, though?
Yeah.
It smells delicious.
I know.
Really.
It does.
Really.
And we've got a 22-inch Italian sub sandwich that we're going to be eating, too. That and a whole lot more coming up on SA Live. Hope you're hungry, Carlos.
Welcome back, San Antonio, and I have to give a special shout out to my nephew that I love with all of my heart, Naum Cotto. Happy birthday. Theo loves you, and I will be seeing you later today for some chicken wings.
Happy birthday! Oh, you're the fun uncle then.
I'm
you're
the fun
cool
uncle.
Tío.
At least I try.
Feliz cumpleaños, Naum.
Feliz
How
cumpleaños,
many?
Naum. He's turning 7 today. And shout out to his team, the Alamo City Wolfpack. They are an incredible baseball team. They're going to be having a tournament tomorrow, this weekend in Austin.
Happy birthday to him.
That's so exciting. Yes, happy birthday, y'all. All right, one final look at those current conditions outside. 88 in San Antonio now, 89 in Pleasanton, 87 out in Beeville, currently 90 in Laredo. It'll be hot out there this afternoon and really this weekend as well. That continues into next week. Plenty of sunshine. Nothing really in terms of good rain next week, but it will just be warm. Good thing is some slightly drier air to help with that comfortable feel.
All right. Thank you, Mia.
Thank you so much, Mia. It's been a pleasure. And that's all for now, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. SA Live starts
right now.
Today on SA Live, 22 inches of meats, cheeses, onions, tomatoes, great flavors. This is the New Yorker. It comes from Marco Polo Cheesesteak, voted best cheesesteaks. We're going to be making one, and it's got a little bit of a Jersey twist.
I've run away with the circus. Let's see if I can juggle my way through this live shot. We're giving you a sneak peek at the Carden International Circus Spectacular.
Hey everybody, I'm Carlos Mencia and you're watching SA Live. S and A, not S-A. Just get it right and just say S-A, S-A.
Celebrate San Antonio. Coming to you live from historic Market Square. This is SA Live.
Oh yes, hello and happy Friday. Yesterday was our 8th anniversary celebration, but today we're continuing our birthday week to help you celebrate your big day. Good afternoon, I'm Fiona Gorstiza, and I love it when things work out on our birthday week because
Yes,
it's a great
indeed.
show.
I'm Mike Osterhage, and yeah, it's always fun to celebrate. I mean, why not just stretch it out, right?
Yes.
I always used to do that. I'd
Birthday
start celebrating
week?
a couple of weeks ahead of time.
Yes,
so.
you should bring that back in.
Exactly. Also celebrating this weekend, Grandparents' Day this weekend. So if you have pictures of your grandparents, we would love to see them. Just send them in. Hopefully we can show them a little bit later on in the show.
Yes, just tag us at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter. All right, well, our first guest is a comedian, actor, and is one of 18 children. He is here in the Alamo City this weekend, and you can see him live at the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club.
The one, the only, Carlos Mencia is here in the studio to chat with us. Thank you so much for
Appreciate
being
it, man.
here. Got it last night, had a show last night.
Yeah, it was great. There was this lady that comes to see me all the time, and she's like 85. And it was just amazing because when the younger people felt a little like, oh, she just laughed, and then everybody was like, if grandma's laughing, we can do it too. It was just that beautiful. It was great. It was amazing, and we were able to communicate and talk and get everybody involved. It was just awesome. It was amazing.
So one of 18 children, and where do you fall?
17th born of 18 kids. This is my father's favorite quote. If he was here, he would be like, my wife never had period, she just had people. That's his favorite thing to say. And we all, of course, go, Dad, and my mom's like, hi, and then we all laugh, and everything's great. And, what having a huge family makes me realize is it keeps me getting away from all the political stuff that you guys talk about. Because when you have a big family like that, you realize one thing. I love all Americans. I don't like them. Just like I love my family. I don't like them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I look around at my family during dinners and go, you know, if you weren't family, I would literally hang out with you. Maybe. Like, maybe.
In small doses.
Yeah, and then everybody else, I'm like, and they like, I wouldn't hang out with you either. But then, you know, later we have a couple of beers and then we all talk about the scars we got defending each other, fights we got doing, you know, and then you realize, okay, I would do anything for you. I just don't like you in that way, as you're just my family.
Right. And that's what siblings are all about.
But that's what America is all about. We just forget, you know, we forget because we haven't been attacked. You know, like how sad is it that that's what it takes in order for us to go, hey, we're all Americans again. Something crazy happened, and it's not a red state or a blue state, it's just a state. And then we got to stay away from it on purpose because everybody's so sensitive. And I'm just like, you know what? Comedy is unifying. It is intended to bring people together, to make people laugh at themselves and others, and whoever's trying to turn that into something bad, it's just a sad, angry person sitting somewhere going, nobody's gonna laugh at anything, and let me tell you the problem is. And stop, don't listen. Why are we listening to? When I was a kid, we all had a crazy uncle, but we knew he was a crazy uncle. And we would be like, let's go talk to the crazy uncle, and we would leave laughing. Can you believe that crazy man? Today we go see that crazy uncle as if he has something to say. They're saying the same crazy things when we leave going, that conspiracy theory thing had a lot of weight to it. No, he's crazy uncle.
You're not from San Antonio, but you said this is like
a lot of memories
home to
here,
you,
right?
basically, right?
Oh God, I have so many memories here. I mean, good and bad. Memories of selling out for the first time ever, standing ovations, and then memories of doing a Selena joke at an auditorium where her dad was there, and then when I got off stage, he wanted to fight me. Yeah, really? Like, yes, seriously. Because of something that I said here, I was banned from Laredo for 10 years. Yeah, really. It's This is like my epicenter, man.
Lots of good memories, and not so good ones here.
Yeah, I should have married Tony Parker. It should have been her, and I'd still be married to you, bro. Just so you know, still be with you, bro. Would have been loyal to the end, Tony. Right now, I wouldn't even be here. I would, but I'd be going, go check out my exhibit. It's around the corner. You made the wrong choice, bro.
San Antonio Military City, USA. You've done the USO tour. Tell us what that was like.
Nothing better. So a lot of people don't know. I was gonna join the military when I was a kid. I got accepted to go to the Air Force Academy. Wanted to fly, and then something happened. Things changed, but I love performing for the troops. I cry once every other week when somebody shakes my hand and then says to me, "You got me through deployment." There's nothing I can say. I mean, I know what it's like. I don't know what it's. I know what it's like to go to Iraq and Afghanistan while we're fighting and have those guys be so appreciative of me, and me saying to them, I make more money than you guys. You guys might die here, and I get to go and say whatever I want because of what you guys do here. And they're like, no, but you don't have to be here. This was our choice. And I'm fighting them to like, no, you don't get it. Yeah. You guys are the ones, you. And they're like, no, it's you. That feeling of selflessness, that feeling of giving. And most people don't know that our military is the most diverse entity or corporation in the world. And to see that, to live that, it just, when I come back from USO tours, I'm a better person. Right. I'm a better human being, and I'm a better person, and I love better, I care more. And it just brings me
center. It helps
center.
Put things in perspective. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because sometimes we complain about the weather. Yeah. Then you end up in Afghanistan where these guys got to put all this stuff on, and it's 120 degrees, and they're like, "All right, hoorah, let's go
going, you're like, I don't want to be here. What are you doing? You know? And they put it in perspective.
Right. Yeah. You're going to be at the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club all the way through the weekend.
All the way through the weekend. Not a lot of tickets left, seriously.
Okay.
Like literally handful of some. So hurry and get them.
And one word answer, corn or flour tortillas?
Corn? Really? That's not even a question.
Just asked.
How dare you? Corn. Nobody made migas out of flour tortillas. Nobody made chilaquiles out of flour tortillas. Nobody made enchiladas out of flour tortillas. Only in Texas are tacos, breakfast tacos specifically, made out of flour, but it's not because it's Mexican. It's because it's more a Texan and we make it our thing. It's your way of saying Amarillo. It's amarillo. No, it is Amarillo and it's flour.
Never had that long of an answer to that question.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you can see Carlos Mencias at the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club tonight through Sunday, September 11th. Check online for times and tickets. For more information, go to our website, salive.com, and click on the S scene on SA Live tab.
Well, after you get a lot of good laughs, there's plenty more to do around town. Our Jen Tobias Strusky is in the middle of a really big event right now.
Yeah, she's running away to join the circus there at the Freeman Coliseum. Hey there, Jen.
That's right. We're getting ready for the Carden International Circus Spectacular here at the Freeman Coliseum. And joining me now, General Manager Arlene Carden. Thanks for having us.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
So exciting. So let's talk about what are some of the unbelievable acts that people can see here.
Well, we got acts like the Wheel of Death. We got the Globe Riders. We got the elephants. We got camels. We got horses. And we got a lot more that you guys can come and see and you're going to enjoy.
Yes, a lot of fun things, family fun, right?
Yes.
And we are about to get a sneak peek now of one of the performances here.
We got Elena with the cats, so go ahead.
All right.
You can start your demonstration here.
Yes, okay. We're going to let the cats do their thing. Look at that! Look at that! It's amazing. I know we mentioned like, what? You can train a cat? But you can. Look
at this. It's very amazing because you know cats are more laid back. They don't, they don't really listen to you. Just want to be pet and you know. And it's amazing that they can get to train them and do things like that.
Yes! Oh my gosh, so cute. And they're so sweet and friendly. I know she asked me if I wanted to hold one earlier, maybe in a little bit, right?
Yeah, you can do it in a little bit.
All right, and what should people do? Great job, great job. Yes, what should people do, or what should they know if they want to come out to the circus? You can keep going.
Yeah, well, what they can do is get ready for to have a great time. And that's pretty much it.
Yes, I know that even before the show, you guys have some fun happening, right?
Yes, we have like the pre-show where we have all the rides. We have elephant ride, camel rides. We have the moon bounces. You can take pictures with the snakes. And then, we have the bouncy houses, which the kids love. That is very fun.
Yes, I'm really blown away over here by the cats. Oh my goodness, because there's 3 of them, right? I thought I saw.
Yes.
Oh, so adorable. Okay, so you mentioned the slides, and then you can get up close with elephants, take pictures with snakes. So just a great time, and it's only this weekend, right?
Yes. We have a show today at 6:30. Tomorrow, Saturday, we have 1 p.m. and 7:30. And then Sunday we have one show at 1 p.m. and 6.
And what is the best way for people to get their tickets?
Yeah, they can come to the front gate and we'll have ticket sellers in front, or you can go to Ticketmaster and get your tickets too.
Yes, go online. All right. And what is your favorite part of the show?
Well, me personally, I love elephants, so I like the elephants, but everything in general is a very fun show to watch.
Now, do you know, was this really difficult for her to train the cats?
Yes, it is.
I can imagine.
I think it's the hardest of all animals, to get them to do something.
Oh my goodness, she's doing such a great job. Okay, so again, the Carden International Circus Spectacular happening today through Sunday at the Freeman Coliseum. Now, for more information or for tickets, you can visit the website, spectacularcircus.com. Thank you so much. This has been a great time. They're so cute.
Thank you.
All right, Fiona, Mike, back to you.
I'll tell you, as someone who was blown away by those trained cats.
Yeah.
Carlos.
I grew up with cats. How do you do that? How do you make them do anything?
You gotta come down, Carlos.
Tell me, just ask me a question. I'll show you the way cats really are.
So, what's your favorite?
How do you get cats to go, what? And then what? And then what? And then over here? You want to do that? Who are you, lady? Who are
a witch or some kind of magical power sorceress. This is, I'm telling you, this is something.
Yes. Oh, all right. Well, still ahead on SA Live. Do you need to relax? Are you too tense? Get it? We check out a fun glamping spot to get you out of the city and unwind. It'll be your happy space.
But first, of course, it's our birthday week. We are still helping to celebrate. And if you want to celebrate your birthday, we've got some delicious ideas. Would you like a flower, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Also a conflict.
Can we
probably.
actually bite into this?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.